Hi, you guys. My name is Miss Morris. Thank you so much for joining me for my virtual orientation. I'm going to take a second to tell you guys a little bit of the important information about my class. I'm going to give you guys this slideshow digitally so that you can have a copy of it and refer back to it anytime you need to. I'll start by just introducing myself, letting you know that this is my 7th year teaching. I've taught everything from 5th through 12th grade math at this point, and I just love the middle school age range. I think you guys are just so fun and quirky, and I just always have a blast hanging out with middle schoolers. You guys are so fun. So I'm really excited for this year. I am a total math nerd. Any math joke, math meme, math game, I'm all about it. I have so much fun with math. It is genuinely a hobby for me. So I'm really glad that I get to be a middle school math teacher. My job is just so fun, and I'm super happy to be here with you guys. So here's kind of a glance at your guys' schedule. I want you to know that in the situation that we have to resort to distance learning, which might happen at some point in this year, I am still going to be meeting with you guys at these appointed times. So this is your schedule on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we are going to stick to it. Even if we have to go distance learning, I want you guys to know, like if you're in 6th grade, I am still going to meet you at 10:40 a.m. every Tuesday and Thursday, except it's going to be via Zoom. Okay, we're just going to meet digitally instead. And so these times are blocked out for you guys. I am completely committed to you all year, Tuesdays and Thursdays on these times. And then even outside of this, if you guys need help, just schedule an appointment with me, and I'm happy to help you guys as much as I can via Zoom, or you can come schedule a time to meet with me on campus, and that's totally fine as well. So I want to go over my grading policy. It's pretty straightforward. I have my grades categorized into 2 categories. Homework section, most of your assignments are going to fall into the homework section, but it's only 10% of your grade, and I'll explain why in just a second. And then your standards assessments are the bulk of your grade. That's 90% of your grade. I like to use this little baseball analogy down here to explain kind of why. So if you look at a lesson in your book, it's separated into guided practice and independent practice. Each lesson is separated into those 2 pieces. Guided practice should never be graded. Guided practice is where I'm either working with you or your parents are working with you because we're exploring a new concept and a new topic. And I don't expect you to know that yet. I don't expect you to have that mastered yet. So it's not fair for me to grade that yet, but you should be following along. There should be a lot of active learning taking place there. Then independent practice is where you really get to show what did you gain from the guided practice. This is still practice though. And I still don't really want to put it in the gradebook as a heavy piece of your grade because we're still exploring. It's your first opportunity to practice your new skills. So I'm going to always try to give you guys immediate feedback. It's really important that either your parents check your work right after you do it or you check your work right after you do it and use the teacher guide to check your answers to get immediate feedback, because when you're doing independent practice, you could finish an entire page and you did it all wrong. And we need to know that, right? So I really hope that you guys get immediate feedback after doing independent practice before moving forward. And so again, that's just daily practice. We don't want that to be a heavy part of your grade. We're still exploring. And then there's a take-home test. At the end of every chapter, I'm going to give you guys a take-home test. And this, like in a baseball situation, because this whole thing's a baseball analogy, you guys can read this later, but in this baseball analogy, this is like the scrimmage before your big game, okay? Your take-home test is a really great opportunity for you to check what you know. And so it's really fun for you to get to give it your best effort. Don't use a calculator. Don't cheat. Try not to refer to your book. Try not to refer to your notes. Like really see at the end of this chapter, what am I able to do on my own? And then we can kind of see like, okay, how are you doing? But again, it's kind of like a scrimmage. I don't want that to be the bulk of your grade. It's still kind of a practice situation, and there's still a lot of learning that takes place there. So the standards assessment, the way that I assess is, and I'm going to show you an example of an assessment on the next slide, but it's completely standards based. So the state of California gives us standards that says like, hey, by the end of your 7th grade year, these are the skills you need to know. And I assess you entirely based off of that. Can you do it? It's just very straightforward, and you're going to demonstrate to me like, yeah, Miss Morris, I've got it. I did my guided practice. I did my independent practice. I did my practice test at home, and I'm solid on this skill now. I know exactly what to do. And so let me show you guys an example of that assessment. That is the part that's worth 90% of your grade because it's really where you're demonstrating mastery of skills. So they're very straightforward. This would be an example of an assessment for me. based off of this standard. This is a 6th grade standard in the state of California. It says find a percent of a quantity as a rate per 100. So for example, 30% of a quantity means 30 out of 100 times the quantity. So basically you're just finding percents of a number, okay? If you're able to do this, I give you very straightforward examples. What is 60% of 70? 20% of what is 40? I'm giving you situations, but after doing your guided practice, independent practice, practice test, you're going to be able to show up and do these problems, no problem. They're just very straightforward. They're very simple. Like I said, it's just, can you do it? You just are proving to me, yeah, I don't need my notes. I don't need my book. I don't need any help. I've got this now. And so that's going to be the bulk of your grade, is just showing mastery of those individual skills. Okay, expectations for me are very simple. This is my recipe. Okay, everyone can learn math. There's no such thing as a math brain. That's not a real thing. There's no such thing as math mind or math mentality or whatever. Here's the recipe: a hardworking teacher plus a hardworking student. That's it. I believe if you have a hardworking teacher that is committed to you and is working overtime for you, and you have a hardworking student that shows up and takes notes and asks questions, there's nothing you can't learn. I promise you, there's nothing you can't learn. There's no gene that makes you, better at this skill than someone else or whatever. So these are your expectations or responsibilities that I have for you as a math student. Try your best, okay? Just do your best. Just show up every day. Complete daily practice. This part is very important. If you're not doing your independent practice and your extra practice assignments, then it's obviously going to take a lot longer for you to master those skills. Show up daily, okay? Don't be afraid to ask questions. You need to let me know when you're not understanding something so that I can help. Never copy or wait for someone else to answer. This one's huge, right? Especially if we're doing stuff in class and I post a problem on the board, it's so tempting and it's so easy to just let someone else solve it because they're going to do it faster than you. But you're really robbing yourself. Try to work through every single problem. Challenge yourself to work through it and make sure that you know how to answer that problem as well. And then don't rob yourself by using a calculator. That's also going to be tempting sometimes because it just takes a little bit longer to do it longhand. But your skills are going to be so much sharper. You're going to be such a better math student if you don't rob yourself by using a calculator. And if you guys can do these things, I promise you, I'm going to do my part. I show up with 110% effort to every class period. I'm going to be there for you guys in math lab. I'm going to be accessible outside of class if you need to make an appointment with me. If you're not understanding how I'm explaining something, I will find another way. I will find a visual. I'll find a video. I'll do a hands-on activity with you with manipulatives or something. That's my responsibility as the teacher. So just know I'm going to give my all, and I hope that you guys give your all. And then there's nothing we can't learn together. I promise. Okay, and then the last page on here is just some resources. The biggest one is my email. You're not bothering me at all. If you guys email me with questions, if you're stuck on a problem, I don't know how to do number 17, just email me. I don't know how to do number 17. And I will literally record a video, send it to you, call you, do something to walk you through that problem. I'm here to help you guys 110%. So don't be afraid to email me. Check out my class website. You can check out the state standards if you want to know kind of what I'm looking at as far as assessing you guys, Google Classroom, all these other great resources. But that top resource is really the main resource. Do not be afraid to email me. So I'm excited for our year together, you guys. I'm going to send this to you, like I said, so you guys have digital access to this and can refer to it throughout the year and have those links. Let me know if you guys need anything, and I will see you later.